It's the Euros. You're always trying to get the party started, but it's caught in a 3-day trap here. So we're looking at the 1 hour. And for entries of a fractal, I guess at this point you'd have to be putting a buy stop above this 1 hour and all the other time frames. This one I just put a stop above on the 15. Because anytime you get a odd man out like this, it's all white, and then you get any kind of black, you're putting in a buy stop or a buy limit, or you're buying at the market. With this smoothed out candle, because that's just, if you're, I mean, this is presupposing you're a trend trader for this little baby trend. I mean, in the big scheme of things, of course, people just laugh at you. You know, I mean, they'd be like looking at the daily, and they're like, "What are you talking about? You're buying?" Yeah, but people don't understand. I mean, if you say you're buying, you could be buying for the next 40 milliseconds to the next 40 days. I mean, you know, it's kind of silly to say, like, should you buy or sell? And not to mention, who knows? A lot of people are getting in at the market. Some people are getting in on stops, some limits, right? And some people are just hedging. You know, they literally got both sides, and they're just holding on until we get to an extreme, and then we go swing trade it back. Of course, you can swing trade on a 4-hour chart or a 5-minute chart. I mean, of course, when you start swing trading on a 5-minute chart, the spread's getting in your way because you're so close. You know, if you're trying to make 5 pips and the spread's 3, you got to be damn good. I mean, you're running, I mean, any little flutter in the market, and they're just gonna stop you out. I think 15 pips stop, 20 pips stop. That's about the max, I think, to withstand some late entries if you're going to trade at the market, right? But if you're trading super precise on drops, I wrote some drops here that have 5 pip stops. I mean, it's crazy. Here, risk 5 to make 8. Of course, if you place it properly, right, would it make sense? I mean, I think so. Say you took this single drop here, regardless of size. I mean, if you have the time, I'd say better to put 2 risk 2 8s to make 12. These are the number on the left's your risk. Now, in that situation, I'm thinking, okay, let me buy this pivot, and let me buy, of course, that's for 2 hours, and then let me buy, if we just don't even make it there, what if we just retest this yellow line? So you got an order just sitting there. It's stupid. Now, that may not fill. And the real question is how much time do you want to spend, and how much money do you have? If you want to make say, $10,000 a month, I think you can do it, but I think it's better that you place 1Ks or even mini orders pre-described with no longer than an 8-hour window. Now, if you knew the news was coming out tomorrow, I built this 20 pip grid. This is the fatter line is 100 pips. And you think, okay, well, the news is going to come out, and you could actually have some of these that are just called news orders. Let's say they last for 15 minutes is about as fast as you can put it, because if you put a 5-minute order, a lot of brokers, they don't want to take a 5-minute order because it's like you're scalping. Just the order's a scalp in a way. It's just in and out, and they really don't have to worry about that stuff on their servers, being responsible for whack doodle orders. And if you're getting in, now this is basically like you're looking into what could happen. So say news is going to come out. I want to run 20 pips. I want to risk 20 to make, say, 35. That's 2 hours. So if the news is coming out, I don't care what the news is, but I know when they get down to this 111, they're going to be like, wow. So I could spend the next hour placing 1Ks and ending up in like a I don't know, 23K, 23 orders, placed in like a kind of a scattered. So I'm buying, say, here, just below the round, put in some scalps. All right. Not every order is going to be 20 pip stop. So you'd have some in here like this. You're going to build whatever you can tolerate risk-wise. I think when you write the script, if you're watching the market when you write the script, you can say, you know what, that realistically, I'm going to need to put an 8 pip stop on this. This would be the first 10 pips below the round. If the market came slamming down there, now it's kind of like a dominoes. You're laying in these dominoes and you're just hoping that you haven't, so it's not a good analogy, I guess, but it is dominoes. When the market comes at the dominoes, should it fill every one, I guess? If every domino fell, could you afford it? So if you got an 8 pip stop here, and you got a 20 pip stop, and then you got like a 30 pip stop, but it's a small order, it's a half a K, or it's a 50, or however, whatever kind of car you drive, I suppose. And then you just have to, this way you're free from any type of liability. You've already presupposed that, like, here's a great news order. Risk 50 pips to make 100 pips. And you put it down here in this psycho, like, really, come down here, what's the chances we bounce all the way back to there and never go down another 50 pips? Now, if you had enough, now here's a break-even 50-50. You're about to get stopped out of that, but you got enough money to pick up another one where it's going to bounce to here. Now, you can hard code this so it just lays in a whole bunch, but it's kind of better to force yourself to go to, say, the monthly chart and put in orders that are like, let's see, we go to the, you go down here, and if you're going to put in orders that are like crazy, here is 50 pips, right? You're like, yeah, well, if it came down here, would you buy? I'm like, well, yeah, absolutely. If the news broke out and this thing went ripping down 300 pips, but you were scaled in a way that you didn't blow your account up. In other words, say you risked $1,500, but it's the probability of you making doubling that money. If you sat there and laid these in a granular way, but that takes time. And a lot of people, they figure, well, I'll just trade a mini lot because last time I did that, or I trade a standard lot because last time I did that, I made $350. The problem is that you can make 350, then you can make 610, then you can make 200, then you can make 100. Then if you're running, even if you're running a stop, if you start to lose 60, then you lose 60, you're like, I can't believe the market's not turning around. I mean, you can still be demoralized by any type of stop out, regardless of size, because you're like, wow, I guess I put the order in the wrong place. I mean, it would be it's technically a wrong thing you've done because, well, you couldn't see that coming. What are you, stupid? I mean, you didn't see that she had kids. I mean, come on. So, all that stuff can happen, or you didn't see that motorcycle, so you're just like, hey, sorry about that, buddy. Take a ride on my hood. But the same thing in the market. Like, who can't see that if we come down to here, it's gonna be a real fruitful area. Of course, we've been bobbing around this round handle for quite some time, up and down, just down. I do think that we could go down, but I'm just gonna trade the fractal so I can take myself out of the equation as far as having to worry about it. This should be 15, I guess. But yeah, it's ridiculous what's going on here. This is a grid I was just threw up here. Just made this thing by hand, I guess. I just get bored with these people. So with the market moving, and I heard some guys say, I love watching videos and stuff and people talking about trading, but this guy says, I know he's a veteran trader, whatever. And this, I've heard this so many times, and it's like cracks me up. But they say, well, when you're trading, this is the 15-minute chart. When you're trading, you're trading against the best traders in the world. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Right? Think about that. What are you talking about? Like, how can I be trading against the best traders in the world? It's just a market. You're the one that's going to be thinking, if I got stopped out, man, wow, some guy came and got me. No, it's just the market. It's like you're standing in a road and you're getting hit by cars. Nobody was trying to hit you. You're just in the middle of the road. That's all. As soon as you go in the market, you may as well be riding on the hood of your own car. Trying to steer with your hands behind you. You've punched 2 holes in the windshield and you're trying to, I mean, let's face it, if you're gonna get in, I mean, you just have a stop and a take profit, and they stop you out. Well, I mean, I'd rather get stopped out with a 10 and 12 and 20 pip stop, let the market free fall about 30 pips, and then go into an iceberg order bank where you're like, those are all retrace orders in there, right? It's a big matrix of retraces that you built. And yeah, I built, I mean, you're welcome to any of these scripts. I don't really have any. I mean, it's you're your own mercy. I mean, I can't. I gave these scripts to somebody once, and they went and traded it live within, like just as soon as they got him in there, And I told them right off the bat, there's none of these scripts are. You can't. You couldn't sell this to somebody because some of the stuff in there, you got to double check everything that's in there. You always do, like with anything, I mean, you got trading's not like, some people have, well, I don't know if they still call brokers, and I guess we're all depending on the internet, so we're all depending on this feed being valid, but you could always have another feed, a wireless feed on your phone, so you have backup, like if power goes out, you can still check in your orders. But that's what nice thing about having stops, nice thing about having orders that decay after a certain amount of time, because then you don't have to worry. Like, here's a bizarre thing I built. It was just designed to, I call it the 20 pip chop, because the idea here is that I don't care what happens. I just know if it goes up, I want to sell. If it goes down, I want to buy. So now this is actually just literally a volatility trade. It's stupid. Inside this script, it looks like literally, the market for this scenario to come true, it's buying mini lots. But it's going to buy 40K above and 40K below, but it's got to happen within an hour. So it's kind of a low risk. I was experimenting with this because, and then I name it here so that when it comes up in the platform, you can see the comment. You can keep track of all your trades. The pendings are down here. So, yeah, it's like I call it this, and then you can see if they came in, and then you can. I'm sure you could export this to some spreadsheet and see if that was instead of having to get out a pencil and write stuff down. So the script thing to me is the only way to go, because if you have a EA running, for God's sakes, you can't even choose. I mean, this is like custom fit. This is like you're building shoes for people that may exist. You built a bunch of shoes without using a ruler. Well, I guess you could use like Fibonacci size shoes, right? You only can go a 13 and a 5 and an 8. Sorry, the rest you have to stretch. But I mean, with the hard coated, yeah. But if you're going to go like this is a hard coated matrix that just throws out there. Now these single drops. If I think this isn't going to follow through, the news is going to come out, and I don't know what's going to happen. I would buy stop here, and I put a sell stop below. You've only got a 15 pip stop on each side, so the market's going to explode one way or the other. Who cares, right? So, yeah, it's a bottomless pit of possibility there, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is the most boring, except for this morning, this walk down all night, and then this retrace today. I guess it was the only thing to keep you from wanting to, hit the bottle today. I am looking for a big rally tonight, though. Again, just like last night, I was looking for a rally. I love when it's just like bam. I mean, I'm just expecting this thing to just have like the psycho retrace from hell. I mean, how much longer, right? I mean, look at this poor thing. I mean, somebody give this currency a break already, man. It's just. It needs help. Look at that. Poor thing.